Hello, everyone. Welcome to Social Justice. Let's begin. They threw her out of the funeral. In the white snow, 4 children huddled beside a mother the entire town had turned its back on. No one stepped forward, except for a man the world had long forgotten. On a freezing morning in the mountain town of Glen Ridge, Nora Bellamy stood silently at her husband's grave, a man with many mistakes behind him. In her arms, 4 children. The youngest was just 3 years old. From the crowd, her mother-in-law, Virginia Bellamy, shouted, "You ruined my son! Don't call me Mom again! Take those kids and go! You are no longer family!" The town stood silent. No one disagreed. No one intervened. Just when hope shattered, Jonah Hale, a single father living off the grid, arrived in an old pickup truck. He didn't ask questions. He simply took off his heavy coat and draped it around Nora's shoulders. "If you've got nowhere to go, my house has a fireplace." She said nothing, but her eyes said everything. A small cabin in the woods, cold, worn, simple. But inside, there was fire. There was toasted bread, and there was Silas, Jonah's son, wearing a red yarn bracelet braided by Nora's daughter. That bracelet would one day become the thread that tied broken lives together. As winter settled in, Nora found a crate of old fabric scraps. She began sewing a quilt, each patch a memory: Jonah's old flannel shirt, baby Caleb's blanket, a torn piece from the dress she wore when she left everything behind. They named the quilt Second Chances. Then a storm hit. The cabin lost power. Caleb's cough worsened. No car, no medicine, no money. Jonah said nothing. He walked into the snowstorm. All night, he split wood with bleeding hands. The next morning, the child slept peacefully. Nora sat beside him, applying ointment to his cuts. "You didn't have to do that," she whispered. "I couldn't not," he answered. One night, Nora wrote a letter to herself about a man who promised nothing but quietly kept the fire burning. The letter was sent by accident and went viral. Thousands wrote in. One message read, "I thought I had disappeared, but your words made me feel seen again." Then, Virginia sued for custody of the children. In court, Nora spoke briefly. Jonah said just one sentence. "I didn't gain anything by helping them. I just saw a family that needed to be loved." The judge called Silas forward. He handed over a crayon drawing. 7 people standing in front of a cabin holding hands. Above them, one word in red: home. The case was dismissed. Nora kept custody of her children. The little cabin became something more: an online quilt shop, a space where kids learned to sew, and music returned through the banjo Jonah once kept hidden in silence. At the village festival, Jonah stood on stage, and for the first time, played his old tune. "She taught me that love sometimes sounds like silence." At the end of the performance, Silas gave Nora a small box. Inside was a patch of fabric, cut from Jonah's shirt and hers, stitched into the shape of a heart. Beneath it, his handwriting read, "We're not broken pieces anymore. We're whole." Thank you for listening all the way to the end. If the journey of Nora and Jonah made you believe, even a little more, in kindness, in choosing differently, in how ordinary people can mend the world with quiet actions, then this place is for you. Subscribe to Social Justice, so every week you won't miss stories that touch your heart, stories that don't need to be loud, but are strong enough to awaken something inside us all. And if you've ever experienced something similar, a time when someone reached out to help, or when you were the one who reached out, tell us in the comments, because here at Social Justice, your story matters too. Thank you for staying. We're not done telling stories. We'll keep going, together.